radio faces.
Welcome back to the Walkcast Show here on the Flow, surpassing FM and XM. I am back with a duo like no other.
Hey.
How you doing?
We are well.
How
Talk
you
to the
doing?
mic. Talk
We will
to,
talk
you guys,
into the
I
mic.
know, you were
Put your
playing with
face
it
in
already.
it, John. Put your
Put
face
your
in
face in it,
Can
John.
you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Awesome.
There's the
Chicken on
bass.
one. Chicken on the one.
Alright, so Mary and John of Art Monkeys.
Yes.
The Art Monkeys. I met them as well. Today it's just like a Genesis recap. There's some awesome sauce people that I met there. So these two guys had a shirt on that had boobies on it.
Yeah.
Well, yes,
Yes.
they were peers.
They were peers. So,
Yeah.
Yes.
So what was the purpose of the shirt? Was there just to entice
To be sexy,
just to be
sexy.
sexy? But John doesn't have boobs.
Yes, he does.
He
Well,
does.
You saw them. They were fantastic.
They were gorgeous. I mean, I don't know if they were better than mine with the Skittles on top.
Well, no.
No,
Yours
those
were
are pretty awesome.
delicious looking.
Yeah, I kept saying Skittles need to pay me something because I
Agreed.
put them in the map. just for the
Yeah,
last few weeks.
agreed. I think what happened was when we first got the call, we were told it was like this erotic,
Like a physique,
adult
erotic kind of show.
He
And we
did
were
sell it
like,
that way. He did sell it that way.
so we
That's
were
right.
like, we don't really have anything like that.
Because we're very humorous and stuff.
You
so
are
we just,
goofy.
Yes.
Is that the word?
It's
Yes.
silly and fun. So we
But some
had to
people can
do
be
sexy
sexy.
our funny, silly way.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So we thought it would be, well, actually, John used to represent that artist.
yeah. His name
guy
is Joe
so it
De
was a
Hoyos.
Okay, so the shirt was made by another artist.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
his line is boobs on shirts.
It's LOL shirts.
Oh,
He used to-
LOL shirt, that's
yeah.
cute.
And
So there's something that you
he's
can
out in
laugh at.
LA and yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Now, your chemistry is amazing. I've seen your videos. There was a story behind this duo. How did this come about? You guys as artists.
Well,
At least one at a time. Are you thinking about what to lie about?
We moved in. It really was just a matter of location.
Yeah.
We moved,
I moved in. She had already been at, we're at the Workhouse Art Center.
Okay.
And that's where our studios are.
Right.
And I ended up moving in right next door to her.
Hey now.
You're a rock star.
Yes, you did.
I did. And the first day I went in, when I was moving in, she was doing the jet stands
Yeah.
Oh,
from West
sure.
Side Story up and down the hallway.
I was being a jet, and you were
I
like a
joined
shark.
her. Yeah, and I joined her right away. I didn't know who she was. And
That was it.
so I settled in, and we were working in each other's studios, but we wasted a lot of time because
There were a lot of common threads, like
Yeah.
with we're like, our chemistry, I would explain it as we're like siblings.
Okay.
Except like
who's
she's the
older?
brother and I'm the sister.
Yeah. That's sort
But
of,
I'm dumb, dude.
Yeah.
that's sort of, it's
That is
kind of
good.
how the
Yeah.
dynamic is.
So
He
you
was
beat
raised,
him up.
well, no,
Yeah.
he was raised, I mean, like his thing, he
Yeah,
was raised
you
by
beat
his
me
mom.
up.
Well, sometimes
You
you
do.
deserve it,
You
baby.
do, and the world should know.
Baby,
Oh.
sometimes you deserve it.
Sometimes he's a
Sometimes
little
I do
spanking.
deserve it.
He's not so bad.
No, but what happens is, because he was,
Did I mention we have a children's book?
his background,
That's amazing because you obviously are.
his background, he was raised by women, I
Yeah.
was raised by men, and it's just really kind of funny, all of the
It's like a lot of the same, but flipped, yeah.
Mhm.
Very nice. Well, one thing about partnerships is you really have to have that commonality these days.
Mhm.
Clearly, I'm guessing you guys have the same values and the same, work ethics.
I would say worth ethics, yeah.
Yeah,
and,
so-
and values, all the same. It's
Our
great.
whole value thing is like, don't be a douche.
Yeah,
There you go. I love that
That's
word.
like,
be good
you know,
people.
Be good
Yeah.
people.
Actually, I have a little bit higher standard. I think you should do good. Where not just be good, but you should do good stuff. I feel
Yeah,
like
that's a good way to go about life in general.
Like, don't just be like on the sideline, like, oh well, I behaved myself. Well,
Right,
do
yeah,
something nice
absolutely.
for somebody.
yeah, damn it. Do some
How hard
buy
is
flat
that?
shoes. Buy.
There you go. Buy
Buy
Wildcat
Wildcat
shoes. There you go.
Get something and spray paint it, awesomeness, and then you just give it to her on her show.
Heck
I
yeah.
love my job. I can't wait till people just like calling me, like, can I have stuff for you?
I'm
Like,
with you
that's
there.
Right.
So, but you guys so you work in a studio together,
Mhm.
and separate, you worked as artists.
Yes.
What kind of art did you focus on?
My work is a lot more expressive. There's a lot of lines in it. There's a lot of color. I'm not really concentrating on figures.
Okay.
I'm more about, I like to do what I call it real life drawing. Because
Okay.
technically, like the traditional life drawing is in a studio with a nude and you're there and you're sketching. Whereas
Okay.
I love that, but I like more interaction, so I go out and draw what I see
I
on
thought
the
you
streets.
were gonna look for naked people.
I'm at naked people too, whoever I can find.
Hey, any
you know.
naked people out there?
Sure.
who
Naked
wanna-
people out there who wants to be drawn. She's
Right.
ready for you.
So I just love to, I feel like part of what an artist's job is to capture history as it's happening.
Right.
And especially living so close to DC,
DC.
I just put things on, I use the newspaper and I paint right on it, and that's kind of how it was born. And then I just kind of, after I did that series, I turned a lot of those buildings into paintings, and then they got people really responded, so they sold a lot. So you kind of
Good.
just fall into things, and that's sort of where it went. And John's stuff is,
And I do a lot. I call it Latin pop, and it's a lot of
Latin pop.
because
Interesting.
I'm from Puerto Rico, and it has a lot of
Boricua, okay.
see, so Boricua, see. And I paint a lot
I
of
can
women, and a lot of women, and a lot of music themes. And
Oh,
and
wonderful.
the women are sort of in reverence of the women who brought me up, and the women. I'm always surrounding myself with like larger than life
Women.
kind of
Yes.
women and strong.
I want to
assertive
be in
women.
it.
Hey,
I
well,
have a big
well, we're here.
personality and everything else. I have
Yeah.
a big booty. I need a bigger booty.
You don't need a big booty.
you have big boobs.
I do have. Yeah.
There you go.
They're rather racky. Is that a word? Racky is a word.
Racky.
They're racky.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So with that combination,
Hashtag Racky.
hashtag that's trending. Hashtag racky.
That's
It's hot.
So with this partnership that you guys have, what has it evolved to since you guys have partnered up?
well, we as far as like the work itself or what
The work itself, because do you guys still do your different art?
we do.
Okay, and then you guys do things together.
Right.
Yeah, so we have to sort of
Like-
schedule things so that, because we don't want to lose what we have
course
individually
not,
either,
of course
because
not.
that makes what we have collaboratively that much more interesting.
Right. So now let's
Um,
speaking of collaborative, so you guys are doing you have a project coming up.
The Have a Heart
Have a
project.
Heart Project. Tell us
Yes.
about that one. So that's a collaboration between you guys.
Yes.
That-
Started
but-
And we
last-
have guest artists
okay.
and hopefully some students
Right.
as well.
We're gonna open it up to local high schools in Fairfax County.
So what is it? Explain it to everybody.
It is it's an art twist on a food drive.
Right.
Art
and-
twist on the food drive.
Right.
Okay.
So
Last year was the first one,
Mhm.
and in our studio, what we did was we created an installation of an empty kitchen, and we challenged the community to help us fill that space with food. And they could go into the space
That's awesome.
and rearrange stuff, and you know,
like Legos.
yeah,
You could play with the cans like Lincoln Logs and things like that, where they could kind of assemble them into little sculptures, whatever. And we wound up collecting like 750 pounds of food
Right.
for
Oh
food
my
for
God.
others.
Yeah.
So it
That's
was really
awesome.
successful. So we wanted to do something.
another installation, but we want to switch it up
Right.
each year.
Okay.
So this year, we're filling the gallery with paper lunch bags.
Okay, I saw that. Yep.
And what we're having is all the artists are making original work directly onto the lunch bags. And for a
Okay.
$10 donation, you can get this awesome piece of original art that you can pop in a frame. And the $10,
We'll buy the food that we're going to bring into the space.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that way you don't have to go shopping or lug any canned goods. You can just come and buy a piece of artwork.
yeah.
So it's, art for you and food
So
for others.
just $10 for
$10 is a suggestion. Of course, we
Of
won't,
course.
pass up anything.
Sure.
But I mean, it is all original art, and they're all
So-
artists that are doing.
So you're
them
gonna
professionals.
have a whole bunch
The
of
whole
artists.
front studio is going to be
Yeah.
like wall to wall lunch
That's
bags
awesome.
Yeah.
covered in artwork. So it'll be really diverse, but it'll be really condensed and packed. And like I said, we're inviting some local high schools because we only have a handful of artists right now on board to do it, and we
Okay.
need a lot of art. John and I can turn out some
Right.
art though. Like we do prints, we do everything, but we would really like
No, but you
more
want
people
everyone
to
else to
Yeah.
participate. So this is a shout out to all the artists out there.
Mhm.
Like she said, do something good for somebody. So just sit, it may take you what? 15, 20, 30 minutes.
If
to
that,
put
you
in
could
art.
even just write, got lunch,
Right.
whatever. It doesn't
Well,
matter.
That's mine.
Yeah.
Don't
You
steal
know what I
that.
mean? So
That's
you
mine.
could
They'll
really
say
do.
Wildcat got lunch.
There you go, and somebody will have it, and it'll be a
peanut butter
beautiful
on the
piece
front.
of.
That's
There you
it.
go.
There you go.
That's it.
PBJ.
It's my favorite.
I love PBJ.
It's delicious.
Peanut butter.
Crunchy
Peanut
or
butter.
smooth?
Both, man.
I like the crunch.
Yeah.
I need a crunch.
I do need a crunch. Crunches are good,
Mm,
and then caramels are good,
mm.
and then chocolate
And
is good.
Skittles.
Chocolate is yes.
That everybody's like, why do you put Skittles? My fiance loves Skittles, and I used to tease him. I'm like, wouldn't it be awesome if I had Skittle nipples?
Wow.
Because I told Nichelle, and Nichelle was like, I got a brilliant idea. So that's where it all came about. So now Skittles needs to pay me
There you go.
because I made the money.
Heck yeah.
So all right, so you guys, artists. When does it start? Do they just come and paint at the studio? What do they do?
They can, well, if they want to contact us, we can give them
The
the
bags.
bags, and then they can just bring them back by, I think
Right.
we said, what, February 3rd?
By the first.
By the 1st.
Because,
Because we need to install it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So they come and they pay you for the bag.
No.
No, they would do the artwork.
They would do artwork first, and
Yeah,
then
they don't
somebody
pay
else
anything.
can okay.
Their
so somebody else
donation
can
is
buy it.
right.
Got it for a minimum of $10, so just a donation.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, why are you selling me empty bags?
Right. But it's supposed to be indicative of, this is a lunch, you're getting food.
Right.
Like, this is, the material itself is inherent in the project.
That's so
Right.
creative.
So
That's
it's
awesome
not,
and
that's why
creative.
we're doing the artwork on it. So like when people look, oh, why do you have artwork on a lunch
Right.
bag? Well, it was because it was part of a community
It's-
initiative
yeah.
by our local artists trying to make our community
That's
better.
awesome.
Mhm.
No, honestly, that's so creative.
I know we're badasses.
You're a
at it.
bad dude. But I'm still trying to imagine last year's where you guys had.
Well, it was awesome
It was
because
very,
we
very
drew it was basic a line drawing out of black tape
Yeah.
in the space, and it was on the walls. We had photographs because we got a lot of local press last
Yeah.
year,
Right.
and it was a really big turnout, and we
And you
didn't
can see it on the
expect
website.
Right.
TheArtMonkeys.com.
Yeah, theartmonkeys.com. You can see our file footage.
Yes.
But this year, like I said, we're hoping to have much more art,
Yes.
You'll
a
get
lot
it,
more
yeah.
money, a lot more food. The whole idea is to get food out because Food for Others is a
it's a
fantastic
great
organization.
Tell us a little bit about Food for Others.
They're out
You
of
obviously believe in them, so.
oh my gosh, they're
They're the largest distributor of free food to people in need in Fairfax County.
right, Northern Virginia.
And
Actually, all in Northern Virginia, and I think they even give food to DC because they do a lot with
Probably.
DC homeless walks.
And the whole thing
things
is
like
that it's not just about people.
You don't have
It's
to,
not about poverty so
Right.
much,
Right, 'cause I was
but a
thinking-
safety net.
Most people
Right.
would not think that Northern Virginia was struggling for food.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're, like if your spouse dies or if you get laid off, or you
Oh.
might still be able to like handle some of the bills, but
food gets
you know,
tough.
Yeah.
food gets
Yeah,
tough,
food can be
and
expensive, and everybody wants to eat the
Mhm.
healthier way, and
Yeah.
it just gives you that little bit of help might make
See,
the
that's
difference.
maybe
and-
you would never think that.
Right,
Like,
so
I
you
would
don't
never
have to
think-
go get on welfare. You can go to Food for Others and get a couple meals and to hold you over until you get that next paycheck. So it's not
Ah.
it's not a handout. It's really
Food
just
for
a
Others.
network.
What's their website?
for-
Foodforothers.org?
I believe so.
yeah.
Foodforothers.org. They have a Facebook page. And we're working with Jessica Cogen, Cogen, and she is
That's
the
awesome.
development.
I'm like in awe right now.
and
Mhm.
she's
Because
it's
I wouldn't.
it's an incredibly generous. They're like in the top. They're like in the top, top something for. No, I can't remember.
They're
But
up there
like for
somewhere.
best charities in the country,
Right.
like they use the
Well, yeah,
money very
because-
well. Like, cause some organizations really, kind of give it to, their CEO or whatever.
Right.
But this really goes right back
So
to
the main
people.
event,
Exactly.
the main event is when?
The opening
The
for the
9th
show will be
is the
February
opening.
9th.
And
February.
that's second Saturday, which on campus where we have our
Lord
studios.
House.
Okay.
It's all of the buildings have different events, so it's a great night to come out, and
Okay.
you can do the whole campus, and everybody has receptions. There's you can
There's
go.
food.
There's food.
I'll be there.
There's
It's
Mhm.
on my schedule. February
refreshments,
9th.
and then there's great art.
It was great art.
So yeah.